Yo.
We are
It's
finally back.
yo. We here, dog. Wait, we not. This is not the studio though. Where
Nah.
we at?
It's not.
But you know where we at?
Where are we?
We outside.
We outside.
We outside.
We outside. Shit, we got a special guest today. Emmy.
What's up, guys? We outside. Nah,
We're literally outside.
We're on 3rd Street in Roosevelt.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we
Not
basically
too far.
outside.
If y'all don't know.
We out working the corners. That's all we doing.
Not that type of corner, please.
Well, I mean, well, if you're out here, then it has to be that.
Wow.
Shit.
Disrespect.
Yeah, I mean, for the people who don't know, this is your boy Nico.
It's your boy Izzy.
It's your boy Fabian.
It's your boy Mo.
And this is your girl, Emmy Lene.
Hey.
Shit.
Part of the team.
How you doing today?
Already comfortable.
I'm doing great. I'm glad you guys came through today.
Yeah, I'm glad that you even had us here today. It's a blessing.
Appreciate it.
No. I'm honestly, it's an honor. I know me and you've been talking for a little while. You've been wanting to set it up. So I'm glad that on Sunday we linked up and it's making it happen now.
Look, I'm surprised I even remembered. I was too drunk that night.
He's horrible with
Facts.
memories.
He was pretty faded, but I think I sent you home pretty hooked up. So I think I had to remember that.
Hey,
like-
she sent you home with 2 wieners, dog. That
All
was
ain't
Hell
one.
yeah.
Nah, this fat ass.
Yeah, he took one of them away from me. He's like,
A
hey, bro,
wiener
can
or
you
a
get
hot
more?
dog?
I'm like, no, bro, chill.
Man, I was ready to dip, bro. My boy kept holding me back. I was like, all right, might as well just get some food right now. And then I see you come up with the tinfoil. I was like,
It's the
I
hook
gotta
up.
get this.
Shit, but before we start the podcast, we got you a little some. Israel, can you grab it for us, please?
Damn, Israel, put a bra on, dog.
We just want to bless you with some
man,
flowers.
Appreciate you guys.
Yes.
We got to give you your flowers for
Damn,
your
these are cute
achievements.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh shit, and flower within flower, huh?
Hey, well, you know we had
Flower with
to.
the flowers.
That's my kind of fucking bouquet. Thank you, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
It's a little
They're the
something.
ones with the good
Hell yeah.
idea.
Nah, that
You
was
too,
on
you
you.
Yeah, it
too.
was on me.
Yeah, low key.
Nah, but we all about good energy, and we just wanted to show you the love that I feel like you deserve. You feel?
Yeah.
Nah, man, and
Congrats,
honestly, I
congrats.
appreciate it. Just like I told you a minute ago, man, just good vibes all the way around. As soon as I met you guys, at first I got intimidated by him
Hell
walking
no.
up to
Why?
my
Everybody
window.
is.
Oh, why is it me?
Walking up to my window, and then I was like, "Oh shit, okay, never mind."
I know.
Call the cops. Call the cops.
Hey, yo, comment down below. Even though I turned the comments off, let me know if you think I'm a drug dealer or not. Because everybody be saying that.
You
I
are
don't
a
know
drug
why.
dealer.
I don't know why. I
He
get that
is.
impression,
He
bro.
is.
That's no,
You
that's
definitely
not
be
fair.
slanging.
You're right.
That's not fair, dog.
But not be slanging the other thing, but that thing.
Bro, I don't do coke. I just smell it. There's a difference. It's like way different,
I'm
fam.
dead.
Not the same thing.
It is the same thing.
No, yeah, I mean, shit. Like you said, I'm grateful that Amanda's actually introduced me to you because honestly, you've just been a great person ever since I met you. You know, you're very up-spirited. You're really motivation the first time I talked to you, and then I really attracted to that.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, vice versa. Same with you. You know, you're always fucking just welcoming and opening.
He's a
all the
teddy
time,
bear.
and-
You know what I mean?
I mean, even outside of being a teddy bear, he's up front. He's straight up and he's real. You know what I mean? And that's honestly one of the things that really, like you said, attracted me to you as well. You know, vibing, just fucking lighting blunts back to back and constantly matching it in a circle. Was,
Hey, speaking of
Shit,
that,
speaking about
Speaking
that, speaking of
Shit.
that, we can match right now.
hell yeah.
you got the lighter?
Got a lighter?
Hell yeah.
How do we? Oh shit. Okay. I was like, how we light it the
I mean,
first
we can
time?
do your
Right.
honors.
Yeah, I understand.
Smoking
Yo,
something.
this is actually the first joint anybody's ever lit on the podcast.
That's fact.
Going live.
That's records.
I swear I thought somebody.
Again,
did it
like I said,
already.
happy Pride.
Hey, I fuck with it. I support. I got some family members.
On God.
What flavor is that?
This is
Cookie
watermelon.
Monster.
Watermelon?
Shit.
I think it was watermelon, 2 watermelon, like 1 banana or something like that.
Yeah, these are 2 bananas that we got here. We could smoke a la verga tirando. Oh, yeah. Haciendo un desmadre.
Ya valiste verga. No.
Shit, man. Where could we start from? Let's start how you ended up coming with the name Bajaroots.
Yeah, Bajaroots. It's really a name I adapted from where I'm from. I'm from Baja California, from Tijuana. You know, born in San Isidro, but raised in Tijuana. Family from Tijuana. So just kind of that whole Baja Coast cultures that I picked up as a kid and until an adult. That's what I represent. So it's like Baja, you know, and the roots is just the roots of me and my ancestors, my culture, and what I bring out. So just kind of combine both names together, and it just kind of hit me a few years ago. way before I even considered jumping into even the industry of cooking that when I'm in now. It's just something I carried around, and I was like, I got to use that for something at some given point.
Talented,
And I dropped it on this, and I don't think that I regret putting that name at all. It's a very strong, meaningful name, and it always questions like, why Baja? What is it? You know what I mean?
Right.
And for me, I guess Baja to me is just street food, just a street culture. As I was since a kid from the age of 7 years old to 16, when I was able to head out to Mexico, my parents during the summer would just send us out with my grandparents. So we would spend summer 3 months every year in Tijuana.
Nice.
Okay, nice.
My grandparents worked in the swap meet, so it was never in-home cooking. It was more go get street food from here, go around the corner, go
Try
get burritos
this.
from here. They're gonna fry fish over here, just from the community. And that's realistically where the name rooted from, and where my passion for cooking really kind of started off.
Oh, wow. Okay. Damn, that was really meaningful and deep.
For real. I mean, that's a really good name. It kind of rolls off the tongue. It has a strong message. Like, that is a really strong name to have for your restaurant. I think it kind of it kind of exudes that, that name just represents your whole vibe really well. What was your other biggest inspiration for that? Was it just like you growing up in Baja and, liking all the food, or was there another big part of it that played into it when coming up for the name, or just for the restaurant in general?
I mean, coming up for the name necessarily, no, but I guess what really made me feel that, hey, this really has to align and go together as a pair, that really pushed me forward was my last career. I used to do social work before I jumped into the industry of cooking and back into kitchen and hospitality. I used to do it as a teenager, 17, 18, a little bit there, but then I jumped into my career and I did social work for 7 years, and really getting that opportunity to work with youth at risk gave me that chance to really be like, hey, this name really suits this vision, you know what I mean? And the vision was to feed a community, feed people, educate the community what my culture is, who I am, and what I bring to the table, and stop conforming, I guess, to the expectations of others, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm gonna create a platform where it's for me. I make it for myself. If you wanna come, and approach my business, approach my concept, my vision, you can't come up with criticism or judgment or disrespect, because it's mine, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
It's so that's realistically, I guess, what really pushed me to create was working with those youth and trying to figure out like, hey, you know what can I create that is mine, that identifies me, to be able to educate everybody surrounding me, willing to learn from me, you know what I mean?
For sure.
And that's just realistically how I feel Bajaroots really was, like I said, the name for this business and being able to feed a community.
That's crazy, man. That's a great background to have, though, yeah. So, like, just be able to work with youth at risk and be able to, just to even, like, think about them, like, in the long term, like, how can you help when you're able to get back in a position like you're in right now. So I think that's a really great thing that you're doing.
Yeah, thank you.
Something that I wanted to know, like, how important is it to you, like, because something obviously, like, for us, like, we definitely, like, love showing, love to anybody that's trying to make it on their own and try to do something big, but also especially if it's, like, Hispanic related. Like, how important is it to you to, like, put on for, like you said, like, your culture, your people, the background that you have, like, exactly, like, how, like, what does that mean to you to be able to try to give back in that way?
I mean, I guess I feel blessed that I have the opportunity to give back to my community, because I know growing up it was not like that, at least for our culture and our community in the late 80s, early 90s. It was not like that. It was again just kind of blending in, you know what I mean, blending in with the culture that the United States were trying to sell to us. Mm-hmm. So the fact that I have the ability to educate myself on what my ancestors, my grandparents, my parents are coming from that background, It's a blessing. It's a blessing because I have friends that either they've lost the Spanish language, they don't know it, they don't know where they're coming from, they don't know what the Mexican cuisine really is because we've been blinded and I guess kind of brainwashed to adapt to what this southwestern cuisine is or southwestern culture is, that Sonoran style Arizona desert kind of atmosphere. You know what I mean? So
We can say whitewashed. It's all right. We
yeah,
can
it
say
definitely
that.
did get whitewashed. You
Yeah.
know, it's hell of like American now.
Yeah.
It's like you don't really get those salsones that we get passed down from generation to generation.
no, and again, it has a lot to do with, for me, like I try to remind people, like I remember my mom, you know, growing up, cooking wasn't always her forte, but she made it work. You know what I mean? And making it work back in the day was what ingredients can you really find in the grocery store? You're not necessarily finding your queso fresco. That queso fresco just probably came mainstream when maybe about 15 years ago.
Yeah, low key.
Before you would find it where? In carnicerias. You would not necessarily find it in a grocery store. You know what I mean? So being able to get to a level where I'm at, where I'm like, hey, I can educate you, but it's also to our reach now. It's available for you to really get into that and educate yourself as well, you know? But that's realistically, like I'm saying, like that's where I get my passion in what I do and how I do it and why I feel privileged to have that ability to educate. And at the end of the day, that's really it, because I was there. I was an uneducated Mexican trying to find an identity between Mexico and the United States. You know what I mean? Going back and forth, being brought here, getting education, having to socialize with the culture. It was just never the same. It was tough, absolutely.
Talking about cultures and stuff like that. So I'm Dominican, and one of the things is that like what comes down to like the Caribbean and stuff like that is mainly like the sazon, the stuff that we use, the spices and all that stuff, how we cook it and stuff like that. You were talking about culture. You were talking about culture being with the Mexican and the American. When it came down to your food, was it you were more focused about like the Mexican cuisine, or was it like let me throw a little bit of both? You know what I mean? Or was it something that you're like, let me just do something mine that pretty much is just different out there? Just how was your what were you thinking at that time?
I guess for me, at first, my vision was to recreate my memories of what I remember as a child and what I ate, and bring it here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it was in my own flair.
Okay.
But it was also mainly focusing completely on that dish itself as well.
Okay.
And making sure I showcase that dish and not change it up so much.
Okay.
And that's why out of the food truck that I have at Cobra, I push your authentic street tacos.
Okay.
Your authentic quesadillas. You have your vampiros, your mulitas, just all your authentic items that you would typically find in Mexico on the streets.
Right.
Here, opposed to here at Joe Bot in the kitchen, I get a chance to play a little more.
Okay.
But still with those authentic recipes. I'm very, very strongly about no yellow cheese, no sour cream,
That's hell of Americanized.
a lot of those no hard shell tortillas, all those extra things that
Taco Bell
people
makes.
look for because you feel that's Mexican. You feel that's what you're being educated and being told. Or again, eventually in the 90s we substituted, you know what I mean? We didn't have crema, so we substituted to sour cream. We didn't have homemade salsas at our dispense because our ingredients, tomatillos, were not mainstreamed for us here. Those kind of things. Chile guajillos, chiles de árbol, they were not mainstream for us until several years later.
Right.
That then all of those ingredients, you're like, for me at least, I was like, hey, I'm familiar with you, but I need to know you. Like, I need to literally dream about you.
Right.
In that sense, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
So it's just it definitely gives me that balance here in the restaurant to mess around with different items. I mean, the spicy birria ramen, that's not my creation. That's definitely something that hit hard in LA, and it just picked up
Came
and it
down
traveled
and-
out this
yeah.
direction. But growing up, we used to infuse our ramens just like that, you know what I mean? So it's not nothing new. It's just something that hit the streets, and,
Right.
and now it's in a popular,
Popular. Yeah.
trend
Right,
demand. You know what I mean? So it's just, and we play off a little off of that. I do a pork belly adobo stir fry. I enjoy my
Making me
Asian
hungry.
cuisine.
Yes,
You know what I mean? I enjoy my Thai, my Asian, my Chinese. My Indian cuisine. I enjoy those flavors a lot. So I've been trying to practice myself on how I can infuse those with the Mexican flavors that I carry. So like that adobo pork belly stir fry. We will be bringing it back out as a secret menu item.
Let us know.
That
let us
is
know.
fire.
A
fire,
secret, my boy.
fire.
You gotta be paying attention,
It
all right?
is,
No,
it
no,
is.
we
You
can
gotta
let
be.
them know too.
Hey, you gotta be following the page. What do you mean?
Yeah, Nico's
That's
on it.
facts. Yeah,
He's
that's
right
facts.
for sure.
You definitely got to be tapped in. She definitely has. Oh my God, delicious ass food. She just brought us food out right now.
Yes.
Perfect.
The elote, the flautas, everything.
Everything was
Like-
gas.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, appreciate
Like
that.
the salsón that you have to your food. I'll tell you this. Like I definitely enjoy eating your food. Like that goes from your tacos to seafood to the fucking what do you call it? What do we had? The ribs.
The ribs.
The ribs.
Yeah,
The
man.
salsa verde.
The salsa
Yeah.
verde was
Chile
delicious.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
So fire, yeah.
So how'd you end up picking up these salsones? Like, did you learn off your parents, or it was just you just
Just
a
go
go on
on
YouTube, you know?
Just passion and love, honestly. Just the need of feeding yourself because you're fucking hungry after you smoke a fat ass blunt. You know what I mean?
Or drunk.
And you jump into the kitchen and you just put your heart into it. At least for me, like I like to eat right. I like to feed myself right. I don't like to limit myself. If I'm paying $40, $30, $50 for a plate, that's fine with me. I'd rather pay $50, $60 for a plate than go into a bar and drop $150 on beer and get hungover, get dehydrated, don't remember the next morning. I'll fucking enjoy this meal, like, you know what I mean? And be like, God damn, I'm dreaming on that. You know what I mean? That's the kind of way I like to move. So it's just like, if that's the way I like to do things, I'm going to feed you guys the right way. I'm just the right
you
fucking
definitely
way.
did.
Oh, no, you definitely did. We appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
Now that you said, like, because you're working out of here and you've been having your truck, when we spoke earlier, about 5 years over there at Cobra. So, like, where are you trying to go next? What's, like, the next step? Like, how far are you trying to take this business that you have right now? Like, where do you see it in the next, like, 5-10 years?
Just to piggyback on the culture stuff, honestly, that's where I want to take my business. Back across the border, back to Mexico, back to Tijuana. You know what I mean? Back to, I don't know if you guys have traveled out to the Baja Coast
Oh, we gone to Tijuana.
Sir.
recently.
We've definitely
But
been to Tijuana.
the gastronomy, the food is just
Different,
booming out
yep.
there. The community cultures are booming. There's so many race that have united to create new infusion cuisines. Haitians being one of them a few years back. Like, I've even discovered the cuisine of Mexican Haitian cuisine, which that was new to me, you know what I mean?
Dang,
And
that's
it's
new
on
to me
a,
right now too.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's on another level. So it's just like, just knowing that there's so much opportunity for me. Again, I like to educate myself. I chose to self-educate instead of pursuing more, schools, institutions, and stuff like that. So it's going back over there and getting to bring my flair. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different than the traditional Baja. But like you were asking me, would you infuse? That's where I would want to go back and infuse. Bring them cuisines that I've experienced and utilized here with my, with my followings, and known that it is pushing, it is selling, it is popular in demand. Bring it out there and push it out. And I don't know, it's somewhere where I've always wanted to settle is back home in Tijuana for sure.
Oh, nice.
Man.
I feel like that's always the goal for anybody that like has lived over there and then came over here and made something of themselves, and then like they just want to go back to their homeland and just be there and feed their people or do whatever it is for their people. They just want to be there for their people, community.
Yeah, no, for sure. I feel like if you guys ever get the opportunity to go and really explore the culinary side of Tijuana, paying attention to the owners. I've come to realize that all the owners are my age, to a lot of the restaurants there. And it comes down to I was blessed to be born just literally 3 miles north of the border. So, I'm documented, thankfully, and I have the ability to travel back and forth. But what I've noticed is that a lot of the people my generation, my age, have ended up back in Mexico because they don't have papers, but they've busted their ass here in the kitchen industry, in the cleaning industry, in the janitorial industry, all those kinds, and they go back with all the knowledge they've gained here, and they start a business over there. They open restaurants, if you know what I mean, and they're fluent in both language, so they're educated. You know what I mean?
They can do both.
Right. So they came here. They might have not gotten the physical institutional education, but they got, life. Yeah. And it's pretty cool to see. It's pretty cool to just see all that.
Quick question on the entrepreneur side. Owning a business and you opening your own business pretty much, was it hard in the beginning? When you started off, like, was it like, oh my God, like I feel like I'm not gonna make it? It's just, because you could struggle, you know what I mean? Like any other business, it takes, I think it's 2 years for a business to take off. Some of them make it, some of them don't. How did you feel like in the beginning of that, you starting your own work? Yeah.
I guess the part that was tough is convincing everyone that I'm making the right choice in career change, because like I said, I was doing social work and then jumped into saying, I'm going to get back into the hospitality industry, see where the hell it goes, and opportunities came about and I jumped on them. It was, like I said, definitely scary not to have that family support or people doubting you, you know what I mean?
Right.
But at the end of the day, I sat back and I would tell myself, like, you've been doubted so many fucking times, so many times. Like, just in general, being, a short-haired lesbian woman, I've been doubted and battled so many fucking times to be told, no, 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 or you're not going to be able to do that, or you can't do that. So it was more of a battle within myself of telling me, you're going to fucking do it.
Right.
It's going to happen. It's going to get done.
That's
you know what I mean?
That's right.
So it's just realistically changing that mentality that really was able to help me pass that. Because when I first started Bajaroots, I'll be honest, like, I left my career. I made a choice of just letting it go. As soon as I let it go, got in a car accident really bad, totaled my vehicle. Right after that, I walked away from a 10-year relationship that I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Let's just rip the bandage right the fuck now.
There, yeah.
And just jumped on it. Bajaroots was created on a bike, delivering burritos. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
Fucking from 59th Avenue all the way downtown just to work for 5-6 hours in a kitchen, in a line cook kitchen. You know what I mean? Just making basic from a 6-figure career. But again, it was just, I got to do it. I can't depend on nobody else. There's nobody else that's really going to push me forward or step up for me. So at this point, it just got to be me.
And you did it.
Hey, yo, shout out to you.
Fuck yeah,
I appreciate that.
That's fucking amazing.
That's mad respect.
That's some real
It's
stuff.
just dedication and work.
That's
Dedication and work, honestly. Everything else falls in place. And
that's
it's,
correct.
What you're saying, like, it's scary. Every day is.
Scary.
I
Hell
wake
yeah.
up and I'm like, am I going to make enough to pay everybody this week? You know what I mean? Am I going to make enough to get inventory in here? Am I going to make enough that's worth for me not to get as much rest as I want? You know what I mean? Those kind of things are an everyday battle.
You think about it, yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's moments like this where I can get to sit down and enjoy my company and express my love and my true feelings on what the fuck I'm doing in life, you know?
And you definitely know what the fuck you're doing.
Definitely making an impact out here in the streets.
Yeah.
I mean,
man.
I'm
pretty good.
just fucking trying, you know what I mean? Fucking trying.
That's
out
all
there.
it takes.
Really
I have
all
to
it
ask
takes.
this just because, for people that don't know, you should know by now. Cobra is one of the more popular bars in downtown. You know what I mean? Everybody usually goes, whatever. I know you got to have stories of some drunk-ass people that were just giving you a hard time, or like you had stories, she laughing because I know
She got stories for days.
I know, like, what stories come to mind when it's like, man, like, I remember this motherfucker, he was just on
I hate
one.
him.
Yeah, like what's like one
Maybe
of those,
not
like,
hate, but you know what I mean?
I mean, there's just so many, you know what I mean?
People, I got
whichever one gives you the most PTSD, like, that's the one.
Somebody, not even the guy that ran his car into
Oh,
there and almost
snap.
ended up. He almost ended up taking out my trailer, but ended up going into the cement fence and
Dang.
taking it. Yeah, that was live PTS.
Was he drunk or something? Or was
Hey,
he
con la
drunk?
novia,
He
güey.
was
You know
in-
what happens at Cobra?
He was
You always find
faded
your
as
ex.
fuck,
He just got
but
too many punch outs. That's all.
just a little bit of everything. I feel like, you know what I mean. Just
Dang.
emotions, alcohol, all that extra shit. You know
A
what I
little
mean.
bit of everything, huh?
So, but
All right, tell us
yeah,
another
it was,
one.
It was definitely PTSD because my shit almost got hit.
Yeah.
That I just remember getting pissed because no one's I'm inside and no one's telling me this shit. I just see my shit. I'm like, fuck. I just took off running. They were laughing because I never ran that fucking fast. I'm just. But
Hey,
all
where
I
you
saw,
going?
all I saw is my livelihood. You know what I mean? I'm like, my fucking money. Like, it's about to get hit.
Like, I don't get insurance.
Hey, she up now. She got insurance on
I,
everything.
I have to, man.
What
There's
coverage?
No way.
Hello? Can you hear
There's
me?
no way. I'd be like, break my
This point.
window.
Yeah,
Break
this
my
point,
window.
it's like, fuck, I don't have Gap.
I want you to,
I
actually.
don't have Gap. I don't got a warranty. I don't got shit.
Damn.
That's crazy.
That's
No.
scary,
Hey,
too.
how'd
That's
you-
scary.
How'd you end up finding the position to park there at Cobra? You know, where were you posted up before you ended up being at Cobra?
She fought the boss.
Just word of mouth. Honestly, I was just doing little random pop-ups. It was nothing serious. Like I said, it was just me working in the restaurant industry and just floating around, cooking for people, and just word of mouth. One of my friends ate my food, had my food, saw that I was messing around with the whole pop-up situation, doing little underground events and like the full moon festivals and stuff like that I was doing for a little while. Like little fashion shows, not like I said, maybe tops 100 people at the most, you know, kind of events. But it was more that intimacy that really allowed me to create that networking path. And yeah, word of mouth. Eventually, Cobra reached out to me asking if we would be down to set up for Taco Tuesdays there. So we started doing Taco Tuesdays, and it just kind of added from there. They requested us more days, and then we were there 2 days, 3 days, and we were at a point where we were there all 6 days of the week at some point. But that was it just became really heavy. So kind of, again, the drunkenness, the people being out, that's just high energy sometimes. So we just kind of evaluated and decided to just take on the full-on weekend, you know, that Thursday through Sunday situation, which has been going great. We've been out there for now 5 years, like I said, hit. And at the moment, I got the luxury to accept the fact that I can give myself a 1 weekday off. So I decided to just take Saturdays completely from the bar and from here, just to kind of give myself some time back and my family, you know, my household. Just I've
Don't
been.
work yourself to
I
death.
mean, I have been since a kid. You know what I mean? Work's my passion. Work's my way out of depression. Work's my way for adrenaline. Like, that's just me. Work is the way of life. I you know what I mean? If you just gotta hustle, and that's how I feel. So, but however, like I said, I got that luxury for sure now to just kind of chill. So it just kind of gives me that opportunity to do so much more and still be able to make, you know, the opportunity to make food and to cook and to still make my numbers. And yeah, it feels good. It feels good to be there.
That's good.
Definitely a blessing moment. But right now, we're going to take a small little break,
That's right.
and we'll definitely be right back.
We'll be black.
Yo, and we are back.
Hasta por fin.
Por fin. Yo,
Finally came back.
so what we finna do with these beers right here now that we got them?
Yo, when did they get here?
They just got here like,
What was
Magically
that?
happened here.
A stork dropped them off.
you know,
Y'all
those
missed that
stores?
shit.
Nah,
we
she
gotta
definitely
drink 'em.
spoiling us over here, man.
I'm saying, we
Appreciate
get
it.
in the good treatment over here.
Well, I mean,
We could salute to your success.
Pass them around, pass them around.
Hey, si vas a tomar.
Pass one around, just one, crack one open.
The rest are for decorations.
yeah, we're just taking shots from the can. That's wild.
Y'all each got to take a sip and then pass it down.
There you go.
Well, I'm gonna take a sip, and then it's all Amanda's after that.
Hey,
You
she's
gotta
not.
take half.
She's not a
You gotta
drinker.
drink half. Just
Look,
for
look, look.
tonight.
Before we go up,
Oh,
I'm really grateful to have you here tonight, and thank you for a la verga. Ya se cayó toda la mota, pero
Congrats on
congrats
your success.
on your success.
That's right.
Congratulations.
Cheers. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Bajaroots.
Chris Modelo. It's been a minute. I haven't
¿Está
had one
rica?
of these.
I'm saying.
These are my favorite beers, bro.
Mine
¿Y
too.
por qué? Porque son negras.
Maybe because I'm black too.
He's a little biased.
Right.
Nah, porque son negras, güey. ¿Por qué no te gustan las de blanco?
No, I do like them, but these hit for sure.
Yeah.
They hit better and they have a better taste.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? On the bottle, also like good.
I like,
but-
yeah.
I
like
think
the
Nico's
design.
skin tone is a little offended by your answer, but that's
Oh,
okay.
God, bro.
That's all right.
Is that
Fuck
true?
that.
It's all
Nah,
right.
bro, you good.
Sorry, we'll talk about it after.
Yes. Nah, but we wanted to ask you, Emmy, real quick. What is one of your favorite dishes to make off your menu? Is there anyone, or is there like a fan favorite that's very popular?
One of my favorites is actually not on the menu. I don't like it's not on the menu, and
The
I
secret.
Wow.
I don't know
secret
if
menu.
it'll ever make it on the menu. Honestly, my lady doesn't like me sharing that one. She says,
Oh, wow. So we should. Is
Yeah,
that her favorite?
it's because it's really good. It's a braised chicken poblano con crema poblana on a bed of rice, and then we just hook it up with veggies. But is that sauce, man?
It's the sauce
Is
that
the
hits.
sauce that hits.
Yeah,
for
lost
So like
sure.
for like a birthday, can we make an exception? Is that like
There's
you know
a
what I mean?
birthday. I don't know.
saying?
Maybe.
Hey yo, just put
Birthday
like for
coming
mine,
up.
just put the candle in the chicken. You feel me? Like that's all right. Like, that's cool with me.
He said it's
I
cutting
already see
season,
it,
that's
though.
why.
Hey, 2 months.
Shit, what was one of your favorite dishes growing up that your mom would make for you?
One of my favorite dishes that my mom would make, actually, it's how I guess I was introduced to tacos de spaghetti. I know it sounds crazy, but
Seen it in
it's-
iCarly.
it's like
Stop the front.
we
Yo,
would
of all places, yo.
no, she would cook mole. We would get mole, mole de pollo, and then she would make like a tomato-based cheesy spaghetti noodle on the side.
Sounds
But
gas.
it was
does, doesn't
fucking
it?
fire, you know what I mean? So just with your tortilla de maíz, you eventually have the mole inside of there, and then your spaghetti noodles, and spicy and cheesy at the same
and then
time.
the tortilla
So
de
it just kind of like, you know what I mean?
balances out
I don't
that.
know. It's just shit was smack. That shit was smack.
Yo, like-
That's definitely a dish that I know I would want to eventually bring out and introduce to people.
Future
Yeah.
drunk me at Cobra right now is already
just
thinking
picture
about
eating
that.
that
Like,
shit right now.
that shit sounds great right now.
I mean,
Spaghetti
so
taco.
yen, my mouth just got a head of water, bro. Fuck.
But turn to
That's,
like
I
a
think
quiero más comida.
personally, that's the only dish I can't get my taste around the mole.
Damn, you don't fuck with mole?
I can't, bro. Like I don't know. My wife, she's Mexican, and her mom be cooking fire.
But it all depends on what kind of mole. Because I'm not a fan of my dad's mole. No offense. I know he'll get pissed off that I said
he's
this shit.
gonna be watching this. Watch.
Hey, it is what it is. He's
You
my
get a call.
critic, so I guess he has
Cajon.
no competition.
right.
Make sure you mute this part.
Ya sabes, si no
Moses in the
entiende,
future can
let's
cut
start
this
talking
out.
Spanish.
No, but like he makes his more on a sweeter base because he infuses
okay.
it with like bananas and peanuts and chocolate,
Yeah.
But then
okay.
I've had my mom where she makes her spicy with
Yeah.
chile de árbol, guajillo, cascabel, and you know what I mean? So it
Right,
just kind of
right.
gives it that more spicier. So it just really depends. And truthfully, there's just so many
So many
flavors
ways
in
to do
moles
it. Okay,
that
okay.
it's like trying one,
It's
you're
just-
cutting yourself short
Right,
and saying
okay.
like, I don't like it. It's like you saying, I don't like plain buffalo wings, and you just cut yourself off
Right,
from there.
that's true.
But you know what I mean? There's just so many flavors that you could infuse it to that it changes your perspective
Right.
towards it. You
Taste
know what I
buds
mean?
and stuff like that.
Actually,
that
what,
I
like,
didn't know.
What
I
is
didn't
like
know.
too spicy for you? Like, what is something that like you've had before in the past? You're like, you know what? Like, this is not even enjoyable. Like, I can't even like eat it because it's that spicy.
Thai cuisine, some of it. It just depends again, that spice level. But I love spice. I love spice. I mean, now until recently, I'm 35, so I've been dealing with that heartburn shit.
Yeah,
real
hey, get some
bad.
Tums, baby.
Already?
You gotta get some
Yeah,
Tums.
yeah,
Why?
You don't
Yeah,
understand.
yeah,
I
yeah.
be crushing Tums and doing bumps of Tums before I eat shit. Like, that's how real that shit is. That's how real that shit is.
God.
Man,
funny
just
as
crush
fuck.
that shit on the burrito, like every bite. Swear to God, I was like, what if I start making some salsa and just throw Tums in there. You think people would know? Like, that's
Shit.
double whammy, dude. Double. Like,
You saving lives, low key.
She's like,
Yo, she like LeBron. She throw that shit up in the air.
Oh
nah,
god.
but yeah, I love spice. I love my spice.
I say
like,
the spicier the better.
I respect
for
that.
sure.
I'm not.
Well, this fool, every time we go eat some wings, bro, like he gets the spiciest one. He doesn't enjoy them. Y todos los pinches mocos se le salen de la cara.
You'll be
Y anda
crying.
llorando, güey. Anda.
But I'm like, I'm still enjoying it. I'll finish the whole plate.
That's true.
Hey, don't get mad at him because you got a weak ass stomach, bro.
Te da chorro, güey.
Yeah, he gets heartburn already.
Está loco este güey. Nah, I like
You
to
don't
enjoy
even
my
eat
food.
spicy.
I like tasting it, not like suffering into like so much hotness into my food.
Don't get
You
me
don't
wrong, I know
suffer.
there's that line though that like there is that line where it's like it's too spicy to even enjoy it. But, like,
He's medium.
Nah.
Hell no, there's no
I
lie.
don't get there though.
I can't eat spicy. We don't eat spicy food, so it's for sure out of the picture for me. I mean, I'm trying to now that my wife is, Mexican, but it's just, Thank you, Dominican. You said
Thank you.
Mexican.
Fam, she put it right at him.
my wife, she's Mexican.
You're
yeah,
drunk. We're cutting you off.
Dominican. Yeah.
Es la negra que le pegó.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's just different for us. We don't,
I hear you, I
the
hear
only the only spicy stuff we will have is what's that? Black
Tabasco?
pepper.
He said sal.
Yeah, black pepper. Yeah, black
He
pepper.
said-
That's
he
the
said
That's the. I know
Believe
it's
it or
not spicy
but,
for you, but
I've
for
had
me.
people say ketchup spicy for them.
Really?
You know what I
That-
mean? That so it's just
Aw,
again.
It just depends on the.
Who is this people?
Grab them real
Some
quick.
güero, huh?
Now, if I say she'll whoop your ass, so I'm just not gonna say.
It's Nico.
It is she. Huh?
Damn.
Pride
Throwing the heat
month.
on me, huh?
No, happy Pride.
Otra vez to Israel.
Thank you.
Oh, good.
You're the
You guys
prettiest
have a
girl I
lighter?
know with a goatee, though. I'll tell you that.
Just because I plucked my shit.
Just because you shaved it. That's the only
That's
reason.
it.
Yeah.
Híjole.
Give me the
Jesus.
lighter. Complicados.
Look how unorganized we are.
Right.
So I got a question for you, while he's lighting it up.
What's that?
So on the business side, like being profitable and pricing wise and stuff like that, how did you learn that? Like I know a plate right now, if you go, I'm not gonna name any restaurant, but if you get a burrito or something,
My bad.
it's like 15, almost $20 for like a whole meal when it used to be like $10. Like how is it affecting you when it comes down to prices and like your food being able to be at the right price? That way you get that margin of
I mean,
profitability.
Still make a profit.
Right.
It just realistically, like at the end of the day, that's one of the toughest things of trying to get people to understand
Right.
That-
Right.
that prices have increased dramatically.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's one major battle actually that I do get, depending in the area that I go and the demographic that I'm at.
Right.
When I'm downtown, I mean, rent downtown is fucking expensive. You know what I
Yup.
mean? So
Yeah, I
that's
believe
one thing that people need to understand. Anywhere you go to eat downtown, the pricings are gonna go up because of rent.
Oyeron,
You
cabrones.
know,
No sean codos.
for real. No, but doing that and I used to set up on the west side, like my hood, and people question the price.
Yeah.
They question
Like,
the
damn.
quality. They question it all, but it's again, at least my parents' generations were.
Like they kind of wanna like not I guess haggle, right? Is would
They
probably
want
be
to
the word
talk
they-
for $1
Yeah.
type of thing.
But it's because that's what we were used to. You know
Right.
what I mean? We were used to be undermined for what we really are worth.
That's true. That I agree.
And
I agree.
and that's where I guess we as our generation here have come to learn that we know what our value is. We know the work we're putting in. At least for me, like I've seen my parents struggle. I've seen my parents work their fucking ass off. I've seen my grandparents, you know what I mean, through generation to generation for a minimum.
Right.
And it's like
not fair.
It's not. And for my business, there's multiple heads. You know what I mean? There's 6 of us, so that's an income and livelihood for 6 people, for
Right.
6 households. So it's our prices have to also match that. The quality, the portion, the location, all of that,
All that
plays a role in where our pricing falls in. And, you know, I try to be considerate. I mean, our tacos out of the truck, $3.50.
That's not bad, yeah.
That's not
It's
bad.
not
a
bad at
taco.
all.
It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, you know, it comes up to $5.50 if you want to add cheese, if you want to add guacamole, if you
Right.
want to add this, all of that increases in
adding,
price.
yeah.
But our guacamole is fresh daily. You know what I mean? We're cracking those avocados in the morning to make sure that your fucking guacamole
Making
is
me
fresh.
hungry again.
You know, so it's just that quality that we're bringing to the table.
Right.
That it's just educating people on how to respect what we're worth and what our value is.
Job, yeah.
I know I mean, like I tell people, I'm not at a swap meet. I'm not negotiating. We ain't bargaining.
Yeah.
We ain't, can you know what I mean? Don't ask me, oh, well, I only have $2 when your total was $3. That's fine. You didn't go into the bar and be like the bartender, I only got $3 for that shot that cost you 10.
Right.
Like, they're not going to give a fuck.
Right. I want my
You know
money.
what I mean?
Yep.
So it's the same thing in this situation. Is just trying to get people to understand that, you know, people, oh, the tacos at, what the fuck is this one right here, Taco Meat or whatever, 95 cents. Yeah, but do you question where that meat is coming from for 95
The real
fucking
dog?
cents? Because for some reason, even dog food is more expensive than these 95
Yeah,
cents
that's
you're
crazy
eating.
cheap,
So
yeah.
just, you know what I mean? So it's just, for me, I did get a chance to get a scholarship as well to go to ASU at the beginning of this whole business situation. So I did get a little education on how to number and how to, you know what I mean, how to break down certain things so I can profit off of it. And I mean, it's pretty easy as well. You always want to make at least three times of what you're investing.
Right.
So at that point, you're four times realistically of where you're at.
Right.
So it's like your investment pays 1%, then your labor cost gets covered by the other, and then your pay gets covered. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it just kind of just all breaks down like that at some point.
Right. Okay. Oh, that's crazy. I mean, another question I was gonna ask you was when it came down to like dealing with people and stuff like that, like as an employee, you know how some of them are very irresponsible, like not wanting to show up. Like, is it something that you wish for? Like, man, is it a big problem nowadays, especially with the jobs and stuff like that? People keeping a job. Is it something that very like frustrates you when it comes down to like people and you know working with them sometimes, or you know, or you just be like, you know what, you're fired.
People calling
Like,
off.
yeah, let me get another person. You know what I mean?
I mean, it just all depends. Again, like with my past history and what I did as a career with social work and stuff, I know at some point I wanted to implement creating a program to help youth at risk. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now that I've noticed, it's like at the end of the day, a lot of these youth at risk transition to become adults at risk. You know, so
Right.
it never really changes. You just kind of shift in ages, but continue to be at risk. So I keep that mentality that even I myself at some point, you know, I was at risk, whether it's like lack of motivation, you're at risk of losing your job, you're at risk of losing whatever you got
lot of
set up
things,
for
yep.
yourself, you know what I mean? So it's just realistically remembering that at some point everybody's going through something different. There's
Right.
some kind of shifts. Yeah, don't take advantage of a situation, you know what I mean, of
Right.
where someone's trying to run a business. But I'm pretty much really open when it comes to that. If you just fuck up, truthfully, I'm not. I mean, it's my
You
business.
gotta call 'em
You
out,
gotta
yeah.
go. You gotta
Yeah,
go.
you
You know what
gotta
I
go.
mean? So it's like I'm really straightforward. Like, I don't mind, you know what I mean? We smoke. I smoke. I enjoy smoking. If you smoke, you smoke.
Right.
Just come, be responsible, come to work, take care of your shit.
After
don't
that,
be, you know what I mean?
yeah.
What you do outside of here, you the fuck you do outside of here. I really
Right.
don't care, you know?
Right,
So it's
right.
just carrying that same mentality for everybody. And finding replacements. I mean, people are out there, but sometimes it's hard to replace
Good
those good
replacements.
workers. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like really trying to hold on to those good workers as well, and just remembering they have lives outside
Right.
of what the fuck you got going on. Because at the end of the day, it's my goal, my dream, my vision that they're helping me push forward. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right. That's true.
I think the fact that you're able to recognize that is good too, because I mean, like, I think every employee wants a boss that's able to understand that, right? Is like, we have a life outside of work. We're like, shit happens with life that we got to deal with our own problems. So to be able to have that understanding from a boss is just like really cool. Do you think it's ever hard to like see the differences in good employees and bad employees, or is it like pretty easy to spot it quick?
I mean, it's pretty easy to spot it quick. And I study people, so I guess in part of the interview, that's where I'm gonna kind of base myself off of as well. I mean, I don't.
You don't just hire Nico just because he's cute, right?
I mean,
You want a job?
Oh God.
I'm just
you're gonna have to wear halter tops at Cobra. No, just
Ah, la virga.
I can already see it. We pull up.
Pinche peludo a la-
I can see that.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm buying my shots from her.
I'm replacing Amanda.
Hey, if that's the case, what's a light edge, yo?
Shit. I had a question, but it just slipped out of my mind.
You feel all embarrassed now because we put you out there?
Yeah,
He's
definitely.
a little
making me
red.
blush now.
We just pimped you right now?
No, it's the beer.
Okay. Negra.
But what was the question that I had?
I know Moses had a question. Go ahead, Moses. You forgot already,
I
too?
didn't. I thought y'all were going to take off. That was the whole point.
We did.
I mean, we can just talk. We don't even gotta have questions.
So, wait, so I know you said you're off on Saturdays, but you do Fridays and Sundays at Cobra?
So my schedule, we're here at Jobot Thursday through Friday. I'm sorry, Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 8. And then Sundays for brunch from 11 to 5. And then at Cobra, we're there Thursday, Friday, Sunday from 8:30 to 2 a.m.
Nice.
For the people who don't know, what do you have on your menu from your food truck going into the restaurant?
In the food truck, we push out a lot of Tijuana-style street food, from your basic street tacos to quesadillas, vampiros, mulitas, papa volcanes that we'll do. And out of the kitchen here, we kind of do more of a sit-down cuisine. So we're doing from enchiladas to flautas, to elotes, to the spicy birria ramen, pink tacos. We'll bringing in a lot of secret menus throughout the year, throughout the seasons, just kind of adapting to whatever's in season if we can. But from like the pork belly stir fry to the chilaquil burger. We've done a few pizzas in the past where we'll do like a birria or an al pastor pizzas. We'll have sandwiches. We're going to start messing around with making like a Mexican style BLT. So that'll just like, we'll infuse it with chipotle mayos and your aguacates, and you know what I mean? That's just hook it up.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? So just got the ability to play a little more here for sure on that menu.
And for the people that don't know where you're at, could you give us the address to this location?
This location is 333 East Roosevelt, downtown Phoenix, right on the corner of 3rd Street and Roosevelt, inside of Jobot.
And then Cobra Arcade, don't even worry about it. Just you'll know when you get there.
Skip on.
You'll see the long ass
No,
line.
but that line's not ours, so avoid that long ass line and jump in front of the window. We also got online service for sure that you guys can always avoid from that whole chaos at night. You can always order online.
You guys do catering too, right?
We do catering. You can hit us up if you need catering gigs ahead of time for sure. We've done taquizas as well, you know what I mean? Just
For
a little
parties and stuff like that?
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Yeah, so
Bet.
My
just do
quinceañera, I remembered. I want.
Nico's
Quince.
quince. Again, bro? This is your second one.
Yeah, we just did a quince 2 months ago.
Fucking
2 months
around.
ago.
Yeah.
We already got the proof that she could do it.
Yeah. No, we did. We had oh shit. Oh shit.
Hey, Sunday.
Was the main
Práctica.
one? Was the main one, first of all. Better be me.
If you want to stay in business, you won't do that. you will not hire us. I swear, this will be the last year.
He's stupid.
Well, what makes you wake up every morning and just, hey, not trying to switch up your career anymore? You know, it's like what makes you stick on making food consistently? You know, not picking a different path.
I hate answering to other people.
True.
So the fact that I don't have to, you know what I mean, that I have the ability to if I feel like I need to sleep in a little, I can let somebody come in a little earlier. You know what I mean? Have that ability to flex, the ability just to make my own rules for me. You know what I mean? And not have to depend on somebody else to micromanage me or fucking pay my bills or just all that. Honestly, like it's just. I've been a hustler since a kid. We worked at the swap meet, so it was always just get up and work, get up and work. And I don't see it any other way, honestly. I feel like I would fucking get depressed if I did not get up to go to work.
So like, last thing I kind of wanted to ask before we wrap it up is like, to everybody that like was in your position years ago when you just had a dream, a vision, something, but you didn't have anything yet. Like, what would you tell those people that are just right now they're in that position where they're really trying to find what it is that they want to do and what it is that they're trying to accomplish and take that into the future?
And even on top of that, what would you tell yourself, if your younger self as well?
For me, it's always just risk it all, honestly. Just risk it. Like, we're already in a place where sometimes we ain't got shit. So if we got $10 in our pocket, risk it. Figure out how to flip it. Figure out how to make it more, you know what I mean? And just believe in yourself. At the end of the day, it's just you. If you fucking feel like, you know, like, even, like, I don't know, example, like, when COVID happened, I bought the trailer. The last $23,000 that I had saved in my account, that was it. I was like, you know what?
It's gone.
I'm going to jump on it. They're selling me this fucking trailer. It's cheap as fuck. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to fucking do it. No questions asked. And I did it literally a week after they give me it. Everything shuts down. Like, everything shuts down. I'm like, son of a bitch. Like, that's literally the last couple bucks in my account. Like, I'm now probably living off of $200, $300 in my bank account. You know what I mean? It was hard.
Right,
but
for sure.
It was just, what the fuck? I got to do something. I can't sell this shit. I can't get my money back. I'm kind of stuck in limbo. There's nowhere for me to go to work, so I just got to make work. Right. So we started fucking selling ramens to go, ramen kits, dropping them off in people's doorsteps, you know what I mean? And just little by little, just flipping that 300 now, making it into 6, from 6, making it into 9, making it into 12, and just little by little, just fucking, you know what I mean? And that's realistically all it has to do. It's like I tell people, just fucking take $20 a day, $100 a week. It seems like a lot. But if we really sit down and think about it, we drop it on a bunch of other bullshit that we don't even realize that we're dropping it. You know what I mean?
Bitches.
You know, if it ain't bitches, it's alcohol. If it ain't alcohol, it's someone's fucking. We all got addictions, whatever the fuck the addiction is, whether it's video games, fucking cocaine, or fucking going out to eat. Like, we all have those addictions, you know what I mean? No, so it's just like kind of just fucking figuring out where to balance it and how to do it. And for me, I guess I work a lot too, so I don't have that time to really spend my money. But like, I know going into the relationship that I have now, I remember vocalizing to her, because that was one of our fears, was that I worked a lot. Was that I told her, I was like, you know what, I'm the kind of person that will work hard 3, 4, 5 months out of the year, so fucking hard, but then I'm gonna go off and give myself 3 a week, a month and a half, 2 months of vacation, to where I just get to enjoy myself and the labor that I have given. You know what I mean? The fruits of my labor are really just enjoying it. Right. So it's like, let's just go fucking hard. I'd rather go hard, and I can't take you out on a date every fucking weekend, but I'm gonna fucking take you out on a whole week's worth of dates. You know what I mean? On 2 weeks worth of dates.
You're fucking lucky whoever's
so
with you.
It's you know what I mean? It's
balances
just
out, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just really figuring out what works for you the best. You know,
being able to find that someone that's able to understand that too, because I'm sure it's hard to like respect that you're gonna be away a lot in those months, you know, working, but it's all gonna be worth it in the end.
No, it is, and I mean, I'm blessed. Like, I just told her, like, look, it's about to be 10 o'clock, and there's dinner waiting at home. You know what I mean? So it's like, nice. Realistically finding someone, and that was always my thing, that people were afraid, even my parents, my friends, to cook for me, because it's like you criticize the food, or you might not like it,
right.
or
I ain't gonna cook
like,
for you.
it's not that I don't. I just like to eat, so I know what good food is, and it's, you know what I mean. I don't know. It's not that I'm criticizing. I love when people cook for me.
Right.
It's like even if it tastes like shit, I love the fact that you took the time and you put your boundaries down and you felt confident enough to serve me a fucking plate.
Right.
That's what
That's
matters at the
kudos.
end of the night.
You know what I mean? That's
know?
complete kudos. So it's like, yeah, I'm fucking completely blessed with the woman that I have, and I couldn't ask for more. So
I was gonna ask you one last question. So
This better be good.
Is it the last? I'm just kidding. No, I was gonna ask you a last question. Do you feel like, I know like back in the days, like I know some of my wife's family, most of the like taqueros out there in Mexico and stuff like that, they're owned by by the household of, or the man, however you want to look at it. Do you feel any type of way as of like you being lesbian and owning your own restaurant? I mean, props for you. Like, congratulations. I think that's awesome. But do you feel any type of way, like elderly, that do you wish that it was different, like how it is now, like back in the days as well? Like a woman can run it, you know what I mean? Like we could do our thing, do what we got to do, you know what I mean? Does it make you feel like, damn, I wish it was the same way back then? Not it took so long for them to, now you see it not more often, you know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know. I guess for me, I feel like the woman was always there, even back
Right.
in the day. Just
They ran it.
just fucking
Right.
behind closed doors,
Right.
or you know what I
And,
mean?
yeah,
It's just like, I'm sure that salsa, that cuisine, that sazon, all of
It was
that
all
shit
her.
was all
Yep.
her.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's like, and even if she only put in 30% of that sazon, her providing that support,
That side, yep.
you know what I mean? Providing that timing, it plays a lot. It plays a
Right.
lot.
Extra love.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I'm fucking hella blessed that people are completely open-minded, now, and that are accepting and are not necessarily judgmental. I mean, I still come across a
Right.
handful of those, but like I said earlier, it's just I no longer conform. You know what I mean? And that's what my truck is.
Right.
Yeah, like, this is my space. You don't
That's
like
what
that
you gotta
shit, get
do.
the fuck going.
Right.
Go
Right.
eat a taco somewhere else.
Mhm.
Go drop your money somewhere else.
Go get those
Right.
ground beef
Like-
tacos.
Go to Taco Bell.
For real. You know what I mean?
Hey, wait.
One last question.
I tell you that shit right now. I'm sick of it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nah, but I
That's
mean,
cool though, that you accept that, you know what I mean? And obviously you see those, people that don't appreciate, or they don't respect, who you are, what you are and what you want to be, you know what I mean? But I mean, it's
Hold on.
you gotta wait.
Yo, he was louder than the cars.
It's just it was just so different to see it back in the days, you know what I mean? Or even till today, you know what I mean? Like, now I'm the man of the house. I run this shit, you know what I mean? Women is usually like on the background, like you were explaining, like, but they're doing either most of the work or half of the work, I believe, you know what I
no,
mean?
yeah, I mean, it's a very male-dominated field for sure.
Right.
But I guess for me, it's just, again, like, my handle, la taquera de la finiquera, like, just,
Right.
you know what I mean, straight to the point. Like, there should be no confusion.
Right.
And
the
I've
point.
had that, like I said, many times. People be like, no, like, for real, like, who owns this? It's like, I own it.
Right.
Like, it's mine.
Right.
And again, yeah, it because I put a lot of physical work into it. You know what I mean? I'm very dominated. I'm assertive. So all of those key points play a lot in people's perspective on who they believe should be running certain
Right.
things. But at the end of the day, it's like, we can't forget how powerful a fucking woman is. Like,
Facts.
Oh, God.
and a lot of
Facts.
time people forget that. And I might just have a fucking buzz cut with a fucking dope ass lineup, but hey, I'm sorry, I fucking like my shit
That's
clean.
what you like.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Yo, that
if
hurts.
if you're confused because of that, then that's something that you as a person just need to really sit down and reevaluate. Why are you so worried about who people are in your surroundings? You should be worried more about internally about who they are, not what they dress like or what they represent. Like, you know what I mean, I look masculine completely and whatever, but I'm still a woman. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm still a woman, and I can't fight that shit. And I'm not gonna put up a fight. I'm not gonna
You're
argue.
not gonna swing at Nico.
No,
Just kidding.
because I know who the fuck I am.
Right.
And I don't need to demonstrate it or remind anyone anything.
Right.
That's just it. Like, try my shit.
right.
Get
you
to
like
know me.
it, yeah.
And
I'll tell you
once
what.
you figure that out, that's on you.
Right.
And I tell you what,
Agreed.
your food speaks for itself. To be honest,
Facts,
because
that's pretty
there's guy-owned restaurants, and it's trash. I can only count like a good handful of hands of good taco spots here in Arizona, and I gotta say, you're definitely like top one.
Thank you,
pretty
man.
good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, right now we are definitely an all-woman crew, both the truck and the kitchen. So
Oh,
it's
shit.
definitely
That's what's
something
up.
I'm
Let's
trying
give it up
to
to the
keep.
ladies in the
Yeah,
back.
let's go.
Shit.
Absolutely. I would accept.
That's
Putting in
what's
those
up.
works.
No, but yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome to be able to create a safe space and a platform like that.
That's good. Well, that was my last question.
Thank God. Thought you would never shut up.
Go.
One last time, could you please tell them the address to the restaurant and to also, I mean,
Where could they find you?
yeah, where can they find you at? What's the Instagram? What's like
Facebook,
the handle? What's everything?
Snapchat, all of
Yeah, we're on Instagram. We're on Facebook under Bajaroots AZ. That's BAJAROOTSAZ. We have our website as well, the same handle, www.com. We're at Joe Bot, like I said, on 3rd Street in Roosevelt on the corner. We're here Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 8. We have Mexican breakfast all day. So if you wake up late, pull on up. We got those
Hungover.
chilaquiles on deck.
Let's go.
We got
Telling you, you're gonna
churro
see my ass
waffles,
on
you know
Sunday.
what I mean? Have a little
She gave you the name, she gave you the address, you know where to go.
And yeah, we're outside of Cobra Arcade. I mean, those that don't know where that's at, y'all is lying.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I ain't from here.
But
Fact.
we're right on 2nd Street in McKinley on Thursday, Fridays, and Sunday nights till 2 a.m. So we got that late night eats for everybody.
Skip the line. Don't forget. Don't wait online. Just go. Skip them. Go to the front.
We're right there, right to the
That's
window. of
Right
the
to the
truck.
windows.
Hell yeah.
Well, thank you again. I appreciate
Appreciate
everything.
you.
No, thank you guys for
for being
coming
here.
through.
Thank you
Appreciate
for
it.
giving us a good, impactful story about your life, man.
No, thank you guys for giving me the space and opportunity to share.
for sure.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Shout out to Emmy one more time.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Claro, claro, claro. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this. So, oh yes, sir.
We
We
out.
out.